Hi guys, it's Alec Simpson, creator of the Apex Academy. I've been teaching racers for the past 2 years how to improve on and off the track. Today I'm going to show and share with you a secret to my success that's enabled me to rise up through the ranks, win races in the Pro Series, compete in the World Championship, and more importantly, help other members do exactly the same thing. I'm going to show you my setup process, the structure to building a great setup for you, and the tools I use to build my setups. Now we've got a lot to cover today, so be sure to download the PDF that's attached with this video so that you can follow along. If you missed my last video, go and watch that first. In that I cover preparation, why it's important to get right, the basic tools every sim racer uses. If you haven't seen that first, go and watch that now. The link is in the description. Come back here for the second part where I'll be waiting for you. Okay, so let's talk about setups. We all need to build them. Every successful driver, every successful team all starts with a successful setup. You don't want to be entering a race with a baseline. Baselines are so difficult to win races with. They really are the kiss of death. Learning to build a setup that fits your driving style is one of the key skills from the Academy, and something that you'll need to be truly competitive. There's a reason you're watching this video. You're a racer. You want to win, and you believe with the right knowledge you can do that. I've helped many racers in the Academy to achieve some great results, but not all of them had the same goal. Some came in just to get a better understanding of setups for their team, while others just wanted to win races, and I can identify with both. When I first started out, it was all about winning. I was a console racer, the setting options were very minimal, and those that there were I could use week in, week out. Now I'm part of a successful World Championship team. I have to understand every aspect of the car to be able to maximise results against some of the best competition in the world. So I've seen both ends of the spectrum. I've helped a lot of people with setup training, and it doesn't matter if they just wanted to win. In the end they still end up with this deep understanding of setup knowledge, or those that just wanted to help their teammates out. They end up achieving great results on the track as well because the car just fits them so well. And this is why I love our sport so much. The community is a wealth of knowledge and passion. We all want to achieve results, be it on track or within the team. There's always somebody in the community that will help you achieve your ambitions. The tools that are freely available inside the community are just so much better than they were just a few years ago. Now, there is a downside to all this. There's a danger. Just because the tools and advice and information is out there, it's also freely available for everybody else, and that's why you've got to act now. During next season we'll be doing training classes helping you to build your sets. Join our forum by clicking the link below where you will hear about these classes and their schedules. I hope you join me for one of the Academy 2.0 classes. But no matter what, there's lots of time to be found on track using the current community resources. I know this as I'm my own guinea pig. I was slow, I had the assist turned on, I was just using fixed setups. Now I'm building setups for World Championship Series, and everything I'm going to teach you has come from that experience. I remember it well. My friend had convinced me to go for pro. I'd never drove the Williams. I really didn't know what to expect from any of the races. It's the first time I'd entered a series with open setups. Yeah, I really didn't know where to start. We had a large community at the Apex Racing League, so we decided that we would set up an iRacing team. The idea was to pool our resources so that we could work together as a unit and learn what we could as quickly as possible. I remember Andrew putting a post up in the iRacing forum saying who we were and what we were planning on doing, and just generally reaching out to see if we could get some interest from people who already had some experience in the car. I think you can find that thread that Andrew posted, and it still sits there without any replies. We started the season off with 2 main drivers. It was myself and Samuli Kumo. We'd had a lot of fun the previous season racing each other in the IndyCar and were very evenly matched. Unlike me, Samuli had a much better knowledge of car setups. The season didn't go at all to plan. When the phrase "you've been Simpsoned" becomes a commonplace term on the forum, you know you've probably been hit once too many times. It wasn't always other drivers' fault. I just struggled to get out the mid-pack. I wasn't extracting the same performance out of the car as Samuli and Jesper, who had joined us at that point as well. When everything was lost and I had no chance to get pro, I realised I had nothing to lose but to start to build setups for myself. I played with every single setup option one at a time. It wasn't the most effective way to build setups, but it certainly taught me a lot. In the last few races, I'd shown the pace that would have seen me make the top 10. Building setups that fit my own driving style had unlocked that last little bit of time. While I didn't make pro that season, I certainly did in 2013. I break my setup down into 5 sections. First up is tyres. When we're looking at tyres, we're also going to be looking at pressures, the cambers, and strangely enough, the anti-roll bars. The second area that I focus on is the aero balance. So we're talking the wings, wickers, rake angle, rear ride heights, rear torsion and heave rates, dampers and ballast. In the third section, I focus predominantly on the front end, again focusing on the torsion bars or suspension, ARBs and heave rates. In the fourth section, I'm really starting to fine tune the balance. In here we'll look at the dampers, inert mass, toe in and toe out. In the fifth and final section, we really are talking about ultra fine adjustments now. So we're looking at differentials, brake bias and gear ratios. Included in this video is the setup process I use for the Williams FW31. While we don't use the car today, the fundamentals are still the same, and I use the same process in the McLaren MP430 for every WCS race. Now Apex are going to help you get started. From 2016 Season 2, we're going to share a community setup for both the McLaren MP430 and the Formula Renault 2.0. Along with that setup, we're going to share an iceBleed data file and a replay to go along with it. And we're not going to stop there. In Season 2, we're also going to be streaming our exclusive setup process live on Twitch while we build these community setups. Those streams will be on iRacing Live and on Apex Racing TV and open to everyone to view. On top of the training sessions, the racecraft practice and the setup building, we're going to be hosting 2 league races every Friday night. They'll be streamed live on iRacing Live and will get you ready for the weekend's SOF. So if you're watching this video, you probably fit into 2 categories. The first is that you're working on your own and you just want to build that setup that fits your driving style. The second is that you're with a team or a group of friends and you're going to take an existing setup and tweak it more to your driving style. Well, it doesn't matter where you fit, the setup process can work for you. Okay, so we've covered a lot today. That PDF guide is pretty full on. You don't need to memorize it or use it all. It's all there as a guide to get you started, to build a bit more confidence that you can build a setup that fits your style. Take some of the community setups that we're going to share on the forum, use the guide and start to build up even more confidence, just tweaking them to fit your own personal styles. Now I'd love to hear from you. What do you do different? What did you find most useful? How can we help more? Let me know in the comments down below. I know from experience that this setup process can and will help many sim racers feel more comfortable and excited to build their own setups and find more time on the track. Let's talk about the next video I've got for you. It's all about mental preparation and I think you're going to love this one. In fact, it might even be your favourite of them all. We're going to cover how to manage tension when racing and why we need this feeling. If you found this video valuable, please share it with 3 people, especially if they are looking for help in building a setup.
Into the wall. Here comes Martin though to take the victory. Has a little wiggle as he crosses the line. Great drive from him. Jensen in second.
Yeah, Jensen hasn't been with
Here
without
comes
his
Jamie
troubles
Fluke
this
as well.
season. Sorry. Jensen hasn't been without his troubles this season. He'll be happy